Snickety snack. Guess who's back?
What's up, Notice? I'm gonna need 30 seconds real quick. I just need to set up tags and everything for the stream, and we'll be good to go. Ran a little behind today, got stuck out and about grocery shop. How's your day going, buddy?
Hunter, you exceed expectations. You are far more exciting and complex than any...
Just gonna refresh. Good to go. Chilling in your Spanish class, man? Uh, and sorry I didn't get to you yesterday. I had full intentions on reaching out to you. Ended up having about 7 burgers. Sliced. What's up, buddy? No. Was it yesterday I had 7 or was it the day before? Either way, I had a whole bunch of burgers yesterday. They were super tasty, and then I ended up getting into a food coma. I was supposed to actually have some quality time with Mrs. Viper, and I passed out throughout the whole thing of it. Slice, how you doing today, buddy?
You can't kill me if you keep hitting me in the bits I've had.
Now, just in case some of you ain't doing all this out of the kindness of your hearts.
Console, huh?
Later.
And since I have to do a spy mission, that shouldn't be too hard at all. Let me glug some water here and dive right into the sortie. We're gonna get right into the ship. You know, I gotta say this. If you guys ever go to Walmart, go to the water bottle section. Not water bottle, but like the water jugs, like your own personal one that you can refill. If you get the large bottle, Tal, Tal, that's Thomas Alexander Lima, or Larry, depending on which way you want to go. Do these things keep water ice cold for this bottle? That water's been in there since yesterday. I passed out, never drank it. It's still ice cold because I put it straight cold out of the fridge. I ask you anything now because I gotta go to work in like 30 minutes, but tomorrow morning, boy, do I have a lot of questions. Slice, man, I'm all for it. Slice, if you're not in my Discord, dude, hop on in. You're more than welcome to shoot me a message and ask me anything you want, buddy. Otherwise, dude, tomorrow I'll be on normal time. Although tomorrow I am planning on streaming Ghost of Tsushima, but you're still welcome to ask me questions for any game that might pop up. I'm all for it. It's like Nightbot Hermes said the word Discord and pop in the link, and then I'm just like, let me type that in real quick. And Nightbot's like, no. I'm gonna do it. And I'm gonna make sure my link is first. Spy with a shotgun. Alright, let's see here. Gotta bring a shotgun. Oh, OCD.
Excellent armaments, operator. Please return covered in blood. Safe and sound.
Nightbot, you're just firing out everything right now, aren't you? I might have to change the timing on those. Oh, am I on private? Yes, thank God. $11.52. So that means you're an hour behind me, so you're somewhere in the middle of the country. Oh, well. If it's going to be Galleon.
Enemy data vaults and retrieve crucial intelligence data.
You'd think they'd clone something a little less ugly.
On the lookout for increased security measures. The enemy would rather destroy their data than let it get to our hands. The target console is nearby. If you trigger the alarms now, the enemy will start destroying data. Excellent work. Clean extraction with no alarms.
Dude, that's awesome. It's not gonna insta-kill you guys. And it doesn't proc any of the other statuses. I have to remember that. I would need probably a sniper rifle to pop that guy. Just curious to see how this will hold up against it.
You're nearing the console. Trigger now, and they will start destroying the data.
Shit.
Alarms.
It's never on that side.
Will be a complete failure.
Gotta move.
You got it. The data is still intact.
That was a close call, to say the least. You saw me through that. I'm hoping to find some energy and trigger energize real quick. Anybody? Someone? Thank you. And a triggered energize, all set. I just want to make sure I didn't miss anything in the chat. M and K? What's M and K?
Removing the console. Trigger the alarms now, and they will start destroying.
Actually, you know what? Just because I want to get the extra console. You can go in through the roof. There's a broken window, but I wanted to get my 1,000 for the Nightwave. That'll get me my
We have everything we came for.
Umbral
Get to
Forma.
extraction.
From little things, big things grow, dreamers. I believe in you all.
Really? Open world in Deimos? Dude, it's probably one of the better conceived open worlds so far in the game. Also the one that has the least glitches even now compared to how they were before. As far as the missions go, they're kind of quick. You definitely want to have a team, and if you have a decent team, you can get through them pretty good. If you're just out there in the open world, it's a little lackluster because the infested are so easy to kill. But that just makes mining and fishing and everything else is a little bit easier. Yeah, notice he meant Deimos. Or Slice, did you mean open world in general? There's 3 open world nodes now in the game. The newest one being Deimos. I'm assuming that's what you meant, but I'd rather ask and make sure. Sabotage with energy reduction. You know what? I can still use Loki on this, but I'm not going to bring the Convectus. I know I don't have to bring a shotgun, but I'm gonna. Oh, and I need to get Chroma.
Cut down the... And make the Lotus proud.
And you know what? I honestly don't give a shit. Because I'm not going to waste time on it. I'll drop the 375 plat. That's fine. Oh, we gotta make you look crazy.
Operator? Ordis wonders, what are you thinking about?
That works. Alright. Adios, Chroma. Time to be eaten. 80% of pheromones. Jeez. Am I sure I want to destroy Chroma? Yes. Are you absolutely sure? We need you to type in confirm. Goodbye, Chroma. It's times like this I never got rid of any of my base frames, but hey, man. And in 23 hours, I will be able to put Elemental Ward on any and all Warframes. And I got some plans for Elemental Ward. I only have one build for Loki, so I doubt... yeah. Real simple build for Loki, really. I mean, like, you literally just put on every speed mod in the game, and then duration. He doesn't need ability strength, he doesn't need... I put Streamline on just because I don't want his abilities to cost too much. But other than that, sprint speed, sprint speed, sprint speed, and cast speed. Little armor, sprint speed. And then everything else is duration, duration, duration. Gotta have energy, and you know what? Just to make them a little tankier, I honestly thought about putting in adaptation or rolling guard. I mean, technically, I think rolling guard would probably be better at this point. But I mean, his health and his shields are so minute. But I mean, all you ever use him for is... dude, spy and rescue missions, like, that's it. Loki is not an end game Warframe. Maybe if they unlocked, like, some ability that we could put on him, that would be holy shit. But, I mean, he really isn't. I mean, Radial Disarm probably be your best bet to build around this and invisibility. Switch Teleport. You have to be so spot on with where you locate, because I mean, like, the reticle needs to be on the enemy, and decoy is, it's all right, but it doesn't fool enemies past a certain point. Like, they'll focus on it, but they'll end up one or two shotting it anyways, and then they're right back on you. To build around his 4 and his invisibility, disarm everybody so they can't shoot you if for some reason your visibility goes off. But you would have to have a heavy weapon build and have a lot of his mods forced around that, plus a heavy melee build. And to me, there's such better frames to do that. Why would anybody do it? Loki is speed, invisibility, that's it. He's literally just to make life easy. Oh, and let's claim our Umbral Forma. It's a nice. It's always a nice. Sabotage with energy reduction. Which means we're not going to dance around. We are going to Void Dash, grab that energy, go invisible, and move like a son of a bitch. In all honesty, I probably should have gone with the Ignis because of Amalgam Serration. Gives me a little less damage, but it gives me 25% more speed. How's everybody's Wacky Wednesday going? Hump day! Hey, Mike. Mike.
I need you to sabotage this ship's reactor. The reactor is a
No
complex system.
problem.
Start by removing the coolant cells.
Oh god, see these little bullshits that are in the way. Fuck! Didn't pay attention to it. I heard it go off. I must have hit a second. I definitely hit a second. Whatchamacallit. Nope, missed it completely.
We've got signals singing the same song as
Dude,
our
that
base.
pisses me off to no
Careful
extent.
now.
The fact that I didn't pay attention to that. And I was just talking about rolling guard. Here's another one. Man, they're all over the place.
There's less than nothing left of who they once were.
That's like the 6th one. It's like they know that people are going to run this with Loki, and they're like, well, this ought to slow him down.
Helminth cell extracted.
Skadoosh. Didn't trigger enough slash. Oh, blowback. Are you above me, or are you... Yep. Nope.
Dream, there's gotta be a way to take these things down.
Jeez. They just put glass on the Nox. Yep. Alright, I'm not going to waste any more time with him.
The reactor is going into
Well,
stasis.
you could. You have to, instead of duration, though, you would have to get some power strength in there to get more of a speed boost, so you have to balance out duration, speed, and strength. So if you got someone that's running Volt with a lot of ability strength, and then working with a Loki, dude, that's one of the reasons why I like working with Khalid, because he loves Volt,
Destroy.
and he will juice me up big time.
Blast door has blocked your evacuation route. Find a way to open it.
Huh? What happened? See, the explosions doesn't take the glass off of them. And I think that is a mistake. Because, look, if it's any type of damage supposed to slow them down, an explosion should do it. Like, they shouldn't have their glass on them anymore. Might as well as use teleport. Dude, this is so much faster than teleporting, though. Because by the time I aim at the enemy and then teleport, get my bearings again, because you're never facing the right way. I want to say this one, the last one is a mobile defense with extra armor? Yeah, I think it's mobile defense with extra armor. And since it's the Grenier, we're going to go a little lackluster and just bring our Limbo out. Our mobile defense god, unless it's against the Orokin or Corpus. The second those barriers touch Cataclysm, Cataclysm's gone. Now, if Cataclysm was based off of an object, say like a ball from Volban, then they won't be able to think... do I think some people have gotten to 1 billion credits? If anyone has, it might be my clan leader. Because this is one of the reasons why I always tell people don't always pay attention to mastery rank. When someone asks me what's your mastery rank, I already know that they are not a good player. Slice, alright buddy. I will catch you later on or tomorrow, buddy. I see that you joined the Discord. Much appreciated, man. Welcome to the Snake Pit. Whenever you get a chance, dude, fire the questions out at me. And I'll either answer you or, depending on what they are, tomorrow during my stream, I'll make some time if you pop in and I'll explain myself. Alright, buddy? But what I was saying was, anytime anybody asks me or asks you, like, what's your mastery rank, if they're asking me in way of seeing how good I am, that's horrible. Notice, when I asked you yesterday what your mastery rank was, it was because I saw that you were on the lower side, the noobish side, so I wanted to see how much time you had invested into the game already. But if you look at my my clan leader, she's mastery rank 15. She's been mastery rank 15 for as long as I've known her and played this game with her. But if you take the time to look at her stats, she has 6,200 hours invested into this game. I have yet to see anybody that I've come across be that high. I've seen some people get close, but so far that's the highest I've seen. Like, she has serious game time put in. So if we look at credits, at least there used to be a spot for credits. Oh, here we go. Gross income. That can't be right. That has to be something else wrong with the game. There's no way she's only got 248 million. And the only reason why I'm saying that, right now I got 38 million in credits. I've spent at least that amount. And it's saying my gross income's 39 million. That's definitely wrong. Just for the simple fact of, I have all maxed out Prime mods, and those are 1.9 million each that I've spent in. And for this to tell me that's, yeah, no, definitely not. The highest I've had at any given point, I think, was 60 million as far as credits go. So that's, yeah, no, that's just way off. That's all kinds of wrong. That's one of the things, like, to me, it's just like, they're saying it's gross income. Gross income... here's the thing. I used to be a senior loan officer and financial advisor. So gross income is what you've accumulated in total. Not what you currently have, not what you, what you... Like, if, let's say you start the year off and you have $0 in the bank. You work a job and you make $100,000 a year. That's before taxes. Your gross income for the entire year, come the end of the year, is $100,000. Your actual income would not be as high because you have to take out taxes. Actual income probably be somewhere around 70,000, probably 65. That's but even the game is not factoring that in. Like, it should factor in gross income, what you've had accumulated during your entire time playing this game. But, not right now. Notice, I definitely want to get into the swing of things. Kind of like what I mentioned yesterday, I typically don't have my audience join in during the stream. I'll work with you before or after. But during the stream, unless there's some type of a special event or something going on, the regular play of it, I have to be able to keep the channel moving. I am going to start designating a day for that. I'm thinking probably Friday, where it's just, hey, let's let's get some subs in here. We'll run a few rounds and whatnot. I'll probably limit that to about a half an hour worth of time per person, because I don't want that unless it's a low demand. It's going to be hit or miss how that goes. I know once I start streaming again, probably after the few week mark, I'll have enough streams up on the daily point where YouTube will start promoting me a little bit more than it is now. Building back up. Unfortunately, I know how the system goes, and the system is slow. But, yeah, man. Especially this weekend. This weekend, I got nothing going on, man. So, I mean, Saturday, if you want to dive in and get some game time in, man, I'm all for it. And we can spend a few hours just really getting you acclimated with a few things. Oh, that's right. And I'm going to switch to... Where are you? Limbo. Do you have the Corinth on as well? You do. Alright, since we just used the Corinth, let's pick something else. And you know what? Just because I haven't taken you out since I've reworked you, let's rock out with the Soma. The Soma is such a great weapon. It has one of the better critical chances in the game. It also has... It's tied for the second... Tied for second place as far as the size of clips. The Dara Vandal has 300 rounds, but it's a light machine gun. But this and the Ignis both have 200. Mobile defense. Oh, and we're at the Kuva Fortress. But yeah, notice this weekend, man. Let's make plans for Saturday, buddy. Me and you, we'll dig in pretty deep. All right. Tomorrow and Friday, I'll be doing Ghost of Tsushima straight from the beginning. You and I'll definitely hit you up. I already set an alarm or a reminder for the end of the stream to hit you up. You and I will talk about a time, just because of the time difference and whatnot.
This is a multi-defense mission. You must deliver payloads.
Wait a second. Notice, what time is it where you are? You're...
Be prepared for heavy resistance.
Oh, and I'm stuck.
I can't do this without you.
Grineer prey on the weak, but we prey on Grineer.
I'm thinking of Electro, who's in Italy.
Terminal spotted. Upload me and prepare to defend. This will only get more difficult. Get to a terminal. Prepare for enemy resistance. I'm in, Tenno. This will take a moment.
Dude, I really like this music. But you can see how this really just revs up pretty well.
Still working on it.
3 hours. Oh, that's right. You're on Cali time. All right.
Surrounded by Grineer Marines.
There's a reason why I'm just plucking them like this. I don't want to waste shots because of how my critical buff is building up in the top right corner. None of these guys can hurt me now. It's a great thing about Limbo. When you run, now I'm out of the drift. When I sprint, I put myself in the drift. They can't hurt me. They can't touch me.
Drop me in and defend our position. I'm in, Tenno. This will take a moment.
Let's reload. Crit chance is up. You can just watch that life just peel right off. The viral slash build on this thing. That might have been too fast. Too fast just the same.
Still working on it. Continue to defend.
Every shot increases my critical chance with that one mod that I picked up from Deimos. I'm literally just popping off a couple of rounds at them. And it's enough just to rip right through their lives. If you're getting those headshots in, then you're for sure just... I mean, you can just watch that life just peel right off. Just a few shots. Critical chances up to 169 bonus.
Area completed. Move on.
And we're just gonna reload. We're gonna grab. We're gonna pop. And we're gonna dash. Saturday you have to work from 5 to 8:30, so 8 to 11:30 for me. Are you talking about morning, I assume?
Here is a terminal. Get me in and get ready to defend.
Damn, had to hook me.
I'm in, Tenno. This
Afternoon. Gotcha. Saturday evening, I am tied up with 2 birthdays. I have one of my closest friends, and then I have my, well, technically my nephews, and then one of my closest friends. Let's plan for morning, or at least earlier in the day. There's a whole bunch of people underneath, isn't there? Yeah, there is. I'm gonna shoot your ankle till you die.
continue to defend.
Heavy gunner my ass. Bleed. Bleed.
The odds were against us, Tenno. We did it. Mission complete.
Excuse me, everybody. Also, while you're in the rift, you're constantly building up energy. It's one of the reasons why you'll see me void dash and go into the rift. I'll build up energy faster. $6,000 Kuva. I'll take it. So let's see. I'm typically up at 8 o'clock. At least on the weekends. Which means that's 5 o'clock for you. Which means somewhere around noon for me, be 9 a.m. for you. If you have no plans Saturday, and you're able to get up for it, let's shoot for 9 a.m. your time.
Picking up dust all the way from Venus to Pluto.
Or even 10. Gives me a chance to get a bite to eat and whatnot. Alright, so we got the Kuva. Don't have to worry about you. Not gonna worry about you yet. Excavation against infested. You know, the funny thing is, if I bring Limbo for this, it's actually really easy. It's just really boring. Well, I'll still have to melee everything. It'll give rewards every 2 excavators. And that's the other thing. Getting those to pop up. That can be a drag. See, for that, bringing Necros... Dude, bringing Necros, anytime there's anything you need to pick up, dude, his Desecrate is so awesome. Anytime an enemy dies, there's a... I think it's 42% chance that it's going to double what it drops. So if they're dropping life support in survival or an excavation dropping those batteries, there's a chance that 2 pops up, which is always huge. Let's see, this is still the same one from yesterday. If you don't have the Detron barrel, or the Dara Vandal, blueprint, receiver, coordinate there against Ilias, Forad. I mean, I could just fly through that. Getting those nav coordinates is always nice. Never know when somebody needs to grind that out. So, let's, we'll do that real quick. We'll go Rubico. Viral build. The reason why the viral build has this version of Suration on there is because of sprint speed. Loki's the only one that uses it. Having a viral build sniper, the only other person you should really use this on, or need to use it on, would be Lephantis. Oh, dude, Valkyr's a total goof. Let me tell you that right now. Dude, Valkyr is definitely one of those OP Warframes. You know what? Here, let me give you a quick show of what Valkyr can really do. She's a lot of fun. Notice, I don't remember. So many people come into the chat and talk. Do you play Apex? Okay. So, Valkyr's first ability, let's get rid of you. You know what? let's, just because they were kind of designed for her. Let's get rid of you. Alright, so, Valkyr. Now, I haven't put a lot into her yet. Obviously, there's no former or anything. She wasn't one of my first priorities. She is on my list of people that needs to be taken care of, but I mean, all I really need to do is just unlock this exo slot, probably put power drift on there for a little more power strength. But aside from that, duration and strength is all you really need to build her on. A little bit of efficiency is fine. Definitely want steel charge because she is definitely a melee Warframe. Now, the other thing that's going to make her is the 2 arcanes that I'm using on her. Arcane Fury, on a critical hit, 60% chance for 180% melee damage to any melee weapon for 18 seconds, and that's every critical hit. So if I get a critical hit, 18 seconds. I'm down to 16 seconds, I get another critical hit, this happens, it refreshes at 18 seconds. That's how all these arcanes work for the most part. The timers on them will all just reset. Aside from that, Arcane Strike, which is basically the same thing, except this is on a regular hit. You have a 15% chance for 60% attack speed for a melee weapon for 18 seconds. The other great thing about Valkyr is Valkyr has what we call an exalted weapon. So when you look at Valkyr, if it just... No, it won't show her just yet. Valkyr has her own innate ability, her own weapon built into her. We call that an exalted weapon. Now, because of that, you can mod this just like you would any other weapon in the game. So the stance is actually the name of the ability. There's nothing you can do about that. It is the only stance you can use. It's not polarized. You are dealt that card, and that's the end of it. Now, this is what really needs to have some work, because Jagged Edge I really shouldn't have on there. It's making slash a little higher, sure, but I mean, the main reason why I even have it on there is just for the fact of I want slash to proc right behind viral. Oh, where'd you go? Where'd you go? Beyond that, you're looking at your base damage, your crit chance, and your critical damage. More critical damage. I have Vicious Frost on here for the viral build, so this is giving an extra status chance, and trust me, that status chance will proc. Drifting Contact for a little more status, but combo duration is the main thing that we're going for. Jagged Edge, I already explained for the slash, and Primed Fever for Toxin, so to complete viral. Now, her abilities are pretty interesting. You know what, I'll stay in here just so I can better explain them to you. Ripline, it's just like Pathfinder's Harpoon. You can use that to bring yourself into an area, up to an area, or you can use it to pull an enemy in towards you. It will do slash damage. It will open them up to a combo, like almost like a combo finisher. Warcry is the ability that gets ripped off of her, and basically it's going to increase your armor. It's going to increase your speed. That's what the 102 and the 102 is. The speed decrease is for all the enemies that are around me. So when I do that Warcry, all the enemies around me are going to slow down by 61%. Her next ability is Paralysis. I basically eat up 33% of my shields, and it'll stun and damage all the enemies around me. It does impact damage, so it'll knock them off. And it's a multiplier of it. So I get extra procs of impact. at 7 times the damage of what I'm doing. On top of that, the knockback strength, it'll do 2,000. I mean, I'll spare you the finer details of the math, but her 4, you become indestructible. You cannot be hurt during this time. So you basically just get a big damage buff. You get to use your talons. You steal life as you're doing it. So if you're low on life, you can jump in this and just start ripping enemies apart. You'll build it back up. The energy per second, when you first start the ability, it'll start at 0.76. As time goes on, it increases. You'll eat up more energy, but you're going to get stronger as that time goes on. So you want to stay in there sometimes as long as you possibly can, especially for longer range missions. You want to be able to keep your energy going in. Technically, I should probably run Energize instead of Strike, but I typically don't use Valkyrie all that much. I really haven't put heavy thought into it. What I did put heavy thought in was just how she is. You know what, we'll keep the Nox out there just for the time being. And you know what, we're actually going to drop him just so I can bring in 20 of them. So that's basically how, I mean, like, it's literally just an energy arrow that you're shooting. Think of it like Scorpion. And you can get an enemy, and you can take them, and you can just fling them. I mean, that's one of the great things about it. So typically with her gameplay, you want to proc Warcry. You want to then go into your 4th ability, and you want to just start going complete and total ham with it. Now, these are Noxes. They have some of the heaviest armor in the game, but the amount of slash and viral that you're putting on them, once my counter really gets up there. But the other thing is, I'm getting all this bonus damage from Arcane Strike and Arcane Fury. Now you can do a strong attack with it. It will basically finish off the enemy, doesn't matter how strong they think they are, it will do that serious amount of damage to them. Now you see, I just got hit with a proc. If I go back into this, I can outweight that proc and not worry about the damage. Now, the other great aspect of Valkyrie is you don't even have to go into that ability. You can literally use a regular melee weapon with her. In my case, I'm using the Vanka Prime. And the Vanka Prime, in my opinion, was kind of made for her. But this weapon will generate those red crits real quick, real fast. The other great thing about the Vanka Prime is, unlike other melee weapons that only go up to a 12 times multiplier, Vanka Prime actually goes up to 13. Now, if I were to bring out heavy gunners, they're not going to last all that long. We'll unpause them. We'll bring this back out. So here's your heavy gunners. They can't hurt me. They can't do a damn thing to me right now. And I can just rip right into them. I could trigger that, eat up my shields, no big deal. You can see my hysteria building up. That's the top right corner. It's at 100% right now. So I am using the full potential of hysteria right now, which also means I'm eating up energy a little bit faster. But I mean, you're looking at this to be the kind of end all to the enemies. Now there are ways to make this ramp up faster. There are ways to make this kick in it's a little bit quicker. Again, my Valkyr needs some serious work to it. But again, with the amount of damage I do, when I turn off hysteria, it's going to do that damage back to me. That's the downside to it. Now, I believe there is a way around it. I just haven't put the time into it to really figure that out. But again, with Valkyr, it's... when it comes to melees, I mean, like, she is the person you should really focus on. And I mean, the second you put... I mean, her DPS, when it comes to a melee weapon, is ridiculous. You give her a melee weapon like this, where she can go total ham. I mean, the amount of slash she can really put on a person. I mean, like, this person's just going to bleed out completely. And this is also because of the Venka Prime. Venka Prime is a great melee weapon for someone that wants to get up close. I mean, if I could use this on someone like a Naros, who just won't really feel the effects of any damage because of how tanky he is. But I do like using the Venka Prime on her just because, you know, she's kind of like a Wolverine. And I mean, that's kind of how she is. I mean, I'm trying to, yeah, see, like, I didn't even need to hit that third time. At this point, these are causing so much slash damage that if I get a slash proc to trigger, see, there's a slash proc, and that's the end of them. Like, increasing your likelihood of triggering a slash proc is huge with this weapon. Now, could I ramp up the Venka even more than that? You could. And it's a very... this is a combo that most people won't pay attention to unless they've played the game for some time. If I get my melee build for Anaros, which is going to use these Gladiator mods. The Gladiator mods will add a critical multiplier, a critical chance multiplier with your combo multiplier. So I have 4 of these on. It goes up by 10% each time. And basically, every time my combo multiplier in the bottom corner goes up a notch, I get another 40%. So it's 40%, 80%, 120%, 160%. Keeps going up. The old way, it used to compound on top of each other. It would go 40%, 80%, 160%, 220%. It would double on top of what the new number was, but they did away with that. The main reason why they did that back then was there was such a gap in between. Like, you would need like 3,000 consecutive hits to hit a 4 times, 5 times multiplier. So aside from that, if I were to go from Carrier to Helios, and put the Deconstructor Prime on. The Deconstructor Prime is actually a melee weapon that only Helios can use. But on top of that, the other Gladiator mods, I get the full 60% bonus now. So now, if I were to take these out with Inaros, those red numbers are just going to be that much higher. And the thing is, because it's Inaros, you know what? He'll die. Inaros won't. Wow. They're just right off the board. Go ahead, hit me. See, that's the one thing I can't stand is that knockdown. We got red crits and we're only at it 7 times. We had to be almost maxed out before for that. Man, the punching of the ground, that is super annoying. That's probably why they never have so many of these on the board at the same time. Come on, let's get you at a 13 multiplier. This is why there's mods like Sure-Footed. Yeah. Now that we're at a 13 times multiplier, though, if I can trigger a slash proc on any of these guys, they're just gonna bleed right out. Once I get both viral and slash on them, alright, everyone just chill out for a couple of seconds, will you? I mean, this guy is, yeah. He's gonna die. Like, these guys are just... You can easily get away with this with Inaros because he's so tanky. The way he's built, these guys are doing nothing more than keeping me alive. You can see my life tries to go down and then it goes right back up. So, I mean, it's a great weapon. Is it the best weapon for the gig? There's other ones that'll do a better job. The build that I have for my Cronin Prime. Let's do that again where I actually hit the item and not the side of the screen. So, this is the build I would use with him just because of how well this builds up. Blood Rush and Weeping Wounds, along with the Gladiator mods. I'm still getting that bonus from the Gladiator mods, 60% critical chance with the combo multiplier. This, by itself, gives you 60% chance. So, we're starting at 120. And then we're going to 240. And then it's just going to keep adding 120 each time you go up. Weeping Wounds does the same thing with status. And the big thing about that is we are running Viral Slash. On top of that, we'll get over 100%. Viral and Slash are definitely going to proc once that's maxed out, and we want it to. On top of that, Condition Overload. For every status on the enemy, you're going to do an extra 120% melee damage. My Riven mod gives me extra range, melee damage, and crit damage. So I don't run any other critical mods other than having Gladiator Might on because of the bonus and Blood Rush. Everything else is just a little extra status chance and the combo duration, damage with the range, and then here's your 60/60 mods, Frost and Virulent, Toxic, and Cold, so that you can make your viral. So far that I've played this game, this is probably the best melee weapon you can really use. Oh, I'm not even gonna do it on that. Let's let them hurt me. They're just going to trigger my, yeah, see? They already triggered my, arcane. I mean, you can see they're already dying off. That's all it needs. We're still at a 7 times multiplier, and just whacking these guys once at this point just rips apart their life. I'm trying to trigger, yeah, that's the swipe that I want. Only at a 9 times multiplier. It's that double swipe. Certain parts of combinations, certain attacks for a weapon will trigger a higher status chance for you. So having that going at the same time will definitely help you out. See, now, both of them didn't hit him. I was at the side of him. If I'm in front of them like that, different story. They both have to connect for this to be effective. I was at the side of him, he's not going to die as quick. That was more in the front, that'll get him. Off to the side, same thing. But the other thing you want to also trigger is you want that first hit on them, because that second hit is also getting triggered by condition overload. Condition overload is what's giving it that heavier damage. So, I mean, if I were to, say, just walk into a board, and these guys are on here, and I already have my combo multiplier going, this is what it will look like. It's just me running rampage on them. You don't even have to focus on them all that hard. And keep in mind, these are level 150 gunners. And it's almost like old school like infomercial where it's like you just kind of set it and forget it. You can just hit these guys and keep moving. You don't have to keep focusing on them the entire time. Because these guys are going to die off on their own. I hate this simulacrum board. I wish I took the opportunity to get the new one when it was still available. Nope, that was a bad bullet. Wanted to go up. King Pure, what's up, man? How you doing today, buddy? Welcome to the stream. But as far as melee go, that's how I know this all started out with explaining Valkyr. Valkyr's great. Valkyr can be very tanky. Valkyr can be taken to an endgame level. You just need to pay attention to Valkyr's abilities. You need to pay attention to the damage you're doing. You need to know when to turn on and off her hysteria, and you're good to go. But Valkyr is a lot of fun. You bring Valkyr on a regular mission, you're just going to slash through everybody, no problem. The build that I have on right now, this is what I would bring for Steel Path. With the exception of having Helios, because Helios would die so quick, I would actually bring my Helminth Charger. Now, am I going to get those same bumps? No, but my Helminth Charger does have 14,000 health. He will crowd control for me. That does sound familiar. It's been a while since I've been on, buddy. I took a little break. I wanted to enjoy life a little bit. And then with the pandemic and everything that happened, once I was done doing my traveling and the pandemic started, I decided to give a little bit of help locally and whatnot and try to help out the area that I live in. And now that everything's kind of settled up and whatnot, I'm diving right back into streaming. I originally started doing Warframe and whatnot because I used to do Grand Theft Auto, and I had 13,000 subs at the most, at the highest point, I believe. But my account got hacked, whether it was YouTube actually saying it got hacked or just them saying it got hacked just for shits and giggles, who knows. But everything in my account got wiped out. My videos, with the exception of one video from Grand Theft Auto, I think is in the beginning of me using a hatchet. And then aside from that, it was everything got wiped out. Just subs, everything. How you wipe out subs, I have no idea. Because, I mean, there are subs that are private, so you can't even block them or know if they're watching you or whatnot. So I have no idea how any of that happened. But only if enemies are in the visible area range. On Hysteria's release. Spin to win is her go on Hysteria. Yeah, you got it, buddy. Khalid, how you doing today, buddy? Notice, man, it's all good. Going through the process all over again with a different game. It's not building up as fast because there's not a lot of major things that happens in Warframe. There's already a lot of set streamers. When I was doing it, dude, GTA with all the glitches and whatnot that you could run, I couldn't tell you how many times I had people come up to me or come into the stream just because they knew I was going to be doing the next glitch. Whether it was an adversary where the NPCs are glitched and they're dropping 10,000 cash a pop. Like, I've made, I think, close to $500 million just doing those glitches, which is more enough money you really need in GTA. Even now, I think I still have like $80 million in the game, and it's just like, you know, when new shit comes out, I just grab it. Otherwise, I build up my income pretty quick. But the other reason why I run this build, Prime Pack Leader, every melee hit that I put out is just healing my pet. And I mean, like, it's to the point where, like, I feel like having Link health could be used by something else because I'm constantly healing my charger. But I mean, like, health and armor, like right now it's got 848 armor. Curious if this will affect it. Oh, but the second I go in here, it's going to take that off. So I won't be able to see that stat change. Damn. But yeah, this is definitely a very comfortable build for Anaros. As far as going through Steel Path this build is laughable at best. All the enemies just are constantly healing me. Like, alright. Let me bring someone out that's not going to knock me down every 2 seconds. Let me bring somebody from the Corpus. Oh, you guys are melee. Let's go back up. No, that's good enough. These are the guys that carry the batteries. So if I'll eat up my life. They're already shooting at me, hitting me and whatnot. Let me take off Duke's invincibility. See, they already triggered Arcane Grace. My life is already going up. I'm just going to keep healing. So now they're attacking Duke. Duke's life is going down. It's down to 10,000. And I'll let that keep happening. Down to 7,000. Boom. His life's back to 14,000. These weapons, this Cronin Prime against anyone that just has shields and life like this, like, it's, you're just, once their shield is gone, like, that's the end of it. Look, Duke is finishing these guys off once your shield is gone. But I mean, the viral slash build on this, but I mean, this is all that's all I'm going to do during the Steel Path. They can shoot me all they want. I'm going to melee my way through the whole thing. They'll attack Duke. No big deal. Duke's basically immortal because of me. Like, it's... The only other weapon that I would use other than the Cronin Prime would be my own creation, the Venomous Maximus. This is the build I would use on most Warframes that wouldn't have Arcane Strike because Berserker's on it. Otherwise, I would rather use this build that's on it. This is a status-based weapon. That's the way I built it around. So status is the first thing. I want this thing to do slash and viral. The ribbon I have for it is just status duration and cold. Could there be better stats on it? Sure. Does this get what I need done? Absolutely. Condition overload, and I have enough room. I run one of the Bane mods, so the next one will be Smite Corpus, but you know what? That's going to be a pain in the ass. So we'll actually do Spite Corrupted. I'll bring some Gunners out or some Bombards or whatever, and it's the same thing. You want Condition Overload to proc. That's taking care of your damage. Weeping Wounds and Blood Rush gets your status chance and your critical chance ramped up. Primed Fever for your viral build. You want that critical damage because you got to have something build up in there. And then your combo duration. Exodia Hunt. This or Exodia Force is good to use. For this one, anytime, and especially with the stance that's on this mod, anytime you hit the ground, it'll pull enemies towards me, making it easier to kill them. Or, it's a 50-50 chance that for every time I affect somebody and put a status on them, I'll deal 200% weapon damage to enemies within 6 meters. To me, if I was able to, like a Warframe, have both these on at the same time, this Zaw would be ridiculous. Pulling everybody in, and then at the same time, I'll constantly proc that, because I'll be hitting multiple people at the same time. So the chance of it being 50-50, huge. But just so you can see what it's like when I pull them in, see, it pulls them in, brings them right up to me. Slam the ground, brings them right to me like a vacuum. You hit the ground so often on this weapon, with this build, this stance, they get vacuumed right in. These guys are going to die so quick because the way this Doctrine is made. These guys don't even stand a chance. And this is with this is not even with Prime, the Bane mod for, whatchamacallit there, the Corpus. Now these guys were annoying before, but me being able to pull them in at this point, it's going to change things around for us. Proc it immediately. Now, every time I proc it, it will make it hard for them to hit the ground. Because it's a great form of crowd control. Outside of that, if someone isn't affected by it, when they hit the ground, it will still obviously affect me. But again, with this build, the crowd control capability of having Exodia Hunt is great. See, now they're all pulled in. It's just a matter of having that level of patience. Once they're pulled in, that's the end of it. Once your weapon is maxed out like that, now what I should do is... Oh no, I was right. The flip side of this, instead of Hunt, running Force. If I put invincibility on, does that just stop me getting knocked down? It does. Alright. That's so much better and less of a nuisance. So that proc is getting hit. You can see... You'll hear that sound of when you see that big red explosion come off of me. That is when I'm doing that big hit of 200% weapon damage. Now, the only reason why I'm not killing them all off as quick is because I have to be able to get up to them Exodia Hunt pulls them all in, makes it a lot easier. Otherwise, this weapon's DPS is definitely higher than the other build, than what it's showing at least. Exodia Force puts way more of a hurt on. The pull-in is nice. It's a nice crowd control. It's a way to make this a lot faster. But when you're in an area where they are just kind of just sitting there, they don't have anywhere to go, that's definitely the way to go. Now there is one other build that I use. This one's more of a novelty build. This one's just fun to use. As far as effectiveness, not as high. I was using the Strain mod set. Now there's already 2 on Duke right now. So I'll get 20% critical damage for every cyst that's on Duke. Duke will grow 6, while when I put the other setup on, it'll grow 8 cysts. It'll take 24 seconds, and then on the 25th second, the maggots will pop off, which means I'll have a second worth of 160% critical damage boost. But on top of that, I mean, for the most part, I'm running that 100%. Hey, Marani, what's up? No, I forgot to switch you out. Back for another stream. Appreciate you stopping by, Jojo. So this is just using, like I said, that whole Strain mod setup. And the other thing is, you know what, I should do this first. This is my favorite thing about this whole set. Let me do this so he resets. Let me do this so they stop. As the cysts grow on Duke, Duke is actually getting bigger, physically bigger. Only the person that has the Helminth charger will see this happen. If you're playing with me, this won't happen. You'll just see him at his normal size, which is this. But the cysts will grow again, and he's just going to start growing. The other great thing is when those cysts burst the way they did and they died, when I come within 5 meters of them, it'll replenish 4% of my missing health. So you see 140 in the top there, 160. So that is the most amount of critical damage buff I'll get. Alright, clearly I got force on this one. Now we'll let this build up just a little bit. 9 times multiplier, now we'll start seeing the difference. These guys are at least staying relatively close. We're at the 12. The smarter build for this would be Exodia Hunt, but now here's the thing. Right now you hear those maggots going around. When they burst, when they die, they're doing corrosive damage to everything within 12 meters, I believe. So they are not just stopping and slowing down the enemies, because the enemies go into this animation about it, but they're also killing the enemy's armor. The build does have great synergy to it. Oh, did I miss one? Now, I would say, instead of force, on this one using hunt. because it's going to pull them together for you quicker. You're going to make the most out of that multiplier because the window for it is not as big as you would want it to be. So now we got them all pulled together. We're making the most out of the multiplier because they're all here. We're going to be hitting as many people as possible. And you can see the difference. We pull all these guys in. They're all together. The overall DPS of having them together, you see how much faster that was? Clifford is headless. Oh, dude, he's got a head. You got that big old hair. Look at him right there. You can see his eyes sticking right there. His eyes right there on the reticle. Jojo, this is a very common Zaw, but there are two variations of it. For me, this one I ended up using the Skila grip. The Skila will give me a little less damage, but it gives me a little bit more status chance. This one here, didn't want to select you. This one has a Strun grip, which gives me increased speed. But I wanted that extra status and I wanted that extra speed just because the build for the other one was going to be strictly... Not strictly, but it was gonna have status. This is the mod that the ribbon I'm running on this one. This is the ribbon I have for the other one. Crit chance, crit damage, and status duration. Status duration, you can still proc an alright amount of status with the other weapon as long as you're using Weeping Wounds. But I wanted to be able to get my viral in, so I had to go with this one instead. Alright. So I was about to jump into that evasion. So let's head back to our ship. We'll get Loki back on. I don't remember if I actually switched to my Anar... No, this is my actual Anaros loadout. So in lieu of that... Oh no, this is my random setup. Alright, perfect. So let's get everything back to normal first. Carrier Prime. Let's see here. Viral Rubico. Loki. Don't need you. Although running you wouldn't be a horrible idea, just in case I have to break those vents. Disruption against the infested, that's okay. We'll do this against Ford real quick. Alright. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. But this is why I, Oh, and there goes that glitch again. Not getting my double jump because the angle of the bullet jump.
One of our spy cells has been lost.
But the main reason why I run with pistols as I'm going through this,
We need you
there
to
are plenty of times
eliminate
where
whoever is responsible.
these tubes will have a fan in front of them, so I'm able to at least break them open.
Listen for its screams. This will mean
Alright,
we're
about to
getting
lose my
close.
invisibility. We're going to throw that back on.
You've located the VIP. Time to go to work.
We'll give forward the old two-shot.
Target down. Assassination contract complete. Great work, Tenno. They won't be bothering us anymore. Let's get out of here.
The Plague's all parts. You have to play the Plague Star event. It's the only way to get it. I'm not sure if those parts are tradable or not, to be honest with you. Khalid, are you aware if the Plague Star pieces are tradable? No, I should have said square to replay the mission. I don't know why I always do this.
The assassination target is nearby. Secret and destroy.
Jojo, I just answered that question.
But they still try to kill us.
This place is crawling with infested. Unfortunately, something far more ominous awaits. Make your way deeper into the base.
I'm trying to see if I can find this real quick, but I'm not coming up with too many answers right now, but I do want to get this mission going.
Listen for its screams. This will mean we're getting close. Ground-chilling shrieks if you wish to stay alive. Assassination target is here. Wipe them out.
Alright, that is now the third time you asked that question.
Target down.
And you asked that question within 4 minutes of itself. Jojo, I need you to pay attention. If you're going to ask me a question, I'll answer it pretty quick. You do not need to repeat yourself so much. See, Khalid, you thought I might have been mistaken in my assumption, but I think I'm pretty spot on, to be honest with you. Like, I'm looking at it. 216, 218, 220, 220, like, it's... Don't ask a question, then disappear. You could just say, hey, stepped away. I didn't hear the answer to the question if you did answer it. No worries. I'm big on communication. I'm not big on repetition. Is that my third time? I lost track. Nope. Alright, last time. This is also who you have to defeat to get the Nyx parts. Keep that in mind, everybody. Jojo, keep in mind, I can't see that. It's not like I get a notification, hey, you entered the stream, hey, you left the stream, so I have no idea that that's even going on. And that's going to happen to a lot of us. I mean, it's... YouTube is, what? Oh, really? Come on. YouTube will, do that off and force you to reset. If you ask a question and then reset, all you have to say is, hey, I had a reset, didn't catch your answer. That's all. Pretty simple. Because to me, it's either you can't hear me, or whatever might be going on, and someone's asking me the same question 3 times. This is why we have our pistols.
The creature is incredibly agile for a deformed quadruped. Keep moving to avoid being crushed.
I don't have to keep moving. Oh, the red crit killed him. The 3rd shot was definitely not necessary.
You've located the VIP. Time to go to work.
Excuse me, everybody. Pardon me. Clear a path, people. Lady with a baby. Don't worry, buddy. I'm just giving you a heads up. Alright, I need to definitely make sure... Let me set a reminder. I gotta change the timing for Nightbot. I feel like some of these are popping up way too often. And I don't want to litter the chat with Nightbot just spewing shit over and over again. Jojo, the Plague Star pieces should only be during the Plague Star event. I don't think they're readily available. But you know what? Let's I'll take a quick run to see this, and this might answer my questions for me. let's see here. Quick fast travel. No, Hawk. Oh, these still the standard pieces. They don't even have. Yeah, the mods aren't even. The arcanes aren't even here. Hey, Hawk, do you even have a price for this, dude? Oh, there it is. 162? Yeah, pfft. Weird. Not gonna get that. Other servers is renaming it, so hang on. What specific things are you looking to get with Plague Star there, Jojo? I'm going through everything right now. January was the last time that Plague Star was here. I remember that much. Yeah, here's the thing. Those pieces you can only get during the Plague Star event. I'm looking to see anything about them being able to be traded or not. Khalid, are you aware of the Plague Star Zal pieces being able to be traded or not, if you happen to hear me? I'm just gonna make a stop at Quill here. I feel like it's always the same people in here. Come on.
Yes, commit. Deimos, consequence to consequence brings you to me.
Yeah, same thing. I'm not sure if they are or aren't myself. I don't think I'm not sure if Zal pieces themselves are tradable whatsoever. But again, I've never tried.
Every choice closes off an infinite number
Now
of
here's the
possible
fun thing.
futures.
I have
The
some
unto
amps
craft
that I haven't made yet.
is unique in all the multiverse. Where you end and it begins. An unanswerable question. Research. Craft.
At some point I'm gonna have to go through that.
These will assist.
2 times a year for Plague Star? We just had one in January. I'm not sure if they're planning on doing another one or not.
in time. Ah, the history you will have.
I'm actually gonna run over to Orb Vallis too. It's been a while since I've been in there. Fortuna, when Fortuna came out for me, it was super glitchy. It was a big pain in the ass, and I didn't spend a lot of time in there whatsoever. Now that I kind of breezed through everything with Deimos and got everything I would possibly want, probably going to start diving back into it. But first things first, I am going to deal with my new Lich. I definitely want to get that toxin on.
Look, you can breathe coolant for 20 years, or come with me. Merp need backup. 6-month run, popping 6 near Mercury. Come back flush. Easy money, old mate. Easy.
I deal with people, not machines, mate.
Oh yeah, I forgot I can actually approach you, but
If Solaris United is going to be what it once was, things need getting done. Any of this useful?
yeah, see, I don't have... Yeah. Yeah, see, lockdown's what I need to do. I need to freaking start working on this. Oh, that's interesting looking.
You're cool.
Alright. I'll deal with that at another point. How's everybody's Wednesday going so far? So, Jojo, to answer your question, I don't think the pieces are tradable. You're more than likely going to have to wait for the next Plague Star event. I think just the Arcanes are tradable, and that's about it, buddy. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out if they're tradable or not. I really don't believe Zol pieces are tradable, but I may be wrong on that. I'm just not finding any information saying otherwise. Actually, let's run with the Naros. The Arcanes that drop out of that you should be able to get, but the pieces for the pieces for the whatchamacallit there, the weapons, I don't believe they're tradable.
Operator, did you hear that? It said... Cosmic background radiation is a riot!
If you want to make a good corrosive weapon, here's the thing. You can take my build for the Cronin, swap out Vicious Frost, and throw in... Where are you? Voltic Strike. There's your corrosive. And the same way this was ramping up before, this has already got an 88.4% status chance. Weeping Wounds, it's just going to go even higher. And I promise you this thing is going to rip enemies apart, man. if you're looking for specifically a staff to make, no worries, buddy. You have yourself a good day. But if you're looking for a good staff to make, try doing it with the Bow Prime. That is definitely a fun weapon. Or the Legion. Oh, the Legion's fun. I gotta put some energy into that one. What primary do I have on you? Ignis? Alright. Alright. Let's go kill this Lich.
I'll take that. Thank you. Somebody plant a flag.
And actually, you know what? Just because of how it builds, and because we're doing a defense, I'm gonna take it back a little old school. Because I'm an old fool who's so cool. Hey, baby.
Operator, you have remembered well how the Tenno arm themselves.
Oh, what do we have here? What is this open spot? Oh, I know what I was doing. And that's why we started with the whole... Yep. Hump day! Hey, Mike. Mike. Hump day! Alright, so let's make this... Oh, Jesus. I moved you over. I'm looking around. Alright, typically that's a ship build. Oh, can't stop sneezing. Mike. Mike. I need to go back to how I originally had you. Interesting that I actually have primed Smite Infested. How you doing, baby? Dude, man, it just... I don't know what it is, but all of a sudden, man, it's just... My head just went... Blue. I mean, quite honestly, I kind of just want to go pressure point instead of the prime mod. Or not pressure point, True Steel. God, imagine if you could use the freaking... Man, to get that on this weapon. I'll have to lose you. That still won't fit. It's only 13. I need 3 more capacity. Dude, my nose does a lot more than go hooga booga. Gotcha. Hang on. Let's keep that out of the stream, baby. Alright. So instead of Prime, Smite Infested. I mean, Reach was what I was using there. The range on this weapon is good enough. I can understand myself putting this on. Condition Overload. There's no build up for the status, so that's not going to proc often. I mean, I could put Gladiator Rush on there and get it bumped up even more, but this is the build we're going to go with anyways, and we're not going to use Valor. No, we're going to do Hunt. Speed. Technically, I don't even need Berserk on anymore because of how I have Anaros modded. So I could just put on longer combo duration so I don't have to worry about it in between. This weapon is not built for status, so we're not even going to focus on it. Let me see, you're just a straight 30. You're 75. You know what? Fuck it, we're going to keep it on. This is my old Zaw and just a fun build to push forward, so I'm not going to waste too much time on it. We're going to make quick freaking work out of everything anyways. It's only 5 waves that we have to do here. Well, they're only letting us do 5 waves. Lufa? Are you taking a shower? See what I did there?
The enemy is at our doorstep.
You know
We
what?
must defend our equipment
Because if I
until
don't open it,
reinforcements arrive.
it'll probably end up being an Amber Star.
Is that what makes them violent?
And if I do open it, it's not going to be one. Jesus, dude, you went all the way around the world. See, this is what I hate. The way this game will disorient you like that.
That was a close one.
See, now look how slow my combo counter is going down right now. That's one of the reasons why I want to change the build around. So I'll have this combo counter the entire time. And I don't have to worry about the game. Die! Still cuts it a little close. Are you right in front of me? Nope, you're out there. Superman punch. Hoi! Viper bathwater. What am I, Elvis? Got a bottle of Viper sweat. Oh, I'm gonna get you, you fucker. Don't even care what happens to the casket. These guys aren't going to be able to kill it fast enough. Woo! Going crazy! What's up, Snow? I'm actually going to lose my multiplier because of how this game decided to do that spawn. I swear it's done on purpose. I got to run 2 different combo mods just so I can get that. Come on, you're the last one. At least I thought that was the last one. That's the last one. Sounds like Snow is on a downward spiral of YouTube. Well, Snow, welcome to the snake pit, my friend. Is the burger included or not? Khalid, man, it's me. There are always burgers included. Dude, I had smash burger yesterday. Dude, their truffle mayo is ridiculous. Am I playing? Yeah, I'm on PS4, man. Could you hear the buttons? Was I hitting them that loud? Damn melee. Oh wait, I turned. I forgot. Hang on. All right, that should be a little bit better. Yeah. It's hard to get the right balance of my voice should sound a little bit lower, and I'm going to take it down one more notch. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Can you guys hear me all right now? Might as well give this a go. I want to make sure you guys can hear me loud and clear. I lower the sensitivity of my mic just a little bit. One, just to filter out the background noise. Oh, no worries. I like keeping that out just for my own sanity. Just because I rather it just not be heard. Really? Yep. But yeah, man, this Zaw definitely gets it done. I do have better Zaws to use. I'm just trying to go. I'm using an old Zaw of mine. I have a newer one that I use that is a hybrid crit status build, running viral slash. But you know, for the level of enemies that I'm dealing with here, I could bring out any melee weapon, and it's just going to do the same thing.
Your job is to distract the enemy. Fellow Tenno operative raids the ship for much-needed supplies.
Snow, are you on? Do you play Warframe? Did you just end up here by pure randomness, or you play on console, PC?
Trying to choke you out. Hold on. I'm sending them.
The fact, well, you know, I kind of answered my own question. The fact you know about the red crits and whatnot, I'm sure you're aware of the game. The old Superman punch.
Life support incoming.
It is funny how much better a viral slash build works than my old crit build here from before the damage change. I mean, it's getting the job done, but these guys should all be getting one-shotted at this point. Let's see here. I play on PC trying to get to 14 in order to finally craft my Grand Prime. It literally took me 2 weeks to get it. Oh yeah, dude. The lotto in this game is interesting. My one mod, Khalid here, he can vouch for how kind the RNG gods can be to me. Yeah, see, I had to wait for that red slash to proc for this thing to really ramp up for that guy. I'll bring my others all back out. The main reason why I took this out is because of nostalgia reasons. But as far as life support and everything goes, I got to keep my DPS where it's supposed to be. Also got all the parts for Saren Prime today. As soon as the neuroptics are done, finally build it. Dude, Saren Prime is one of my favorite Warframes. Dude, she is a beast. If you get her augment for her first ability, I think it's called Viral Dose. You can hold the trigger, and you'll give all your weapons, and for your enemies within, or your allies within 15 meters, give everybody corrosive damage.
Now available.
Like, if I was doing this with Saren right now, running that, I mean, and we're talking 100% status chance on that corrosive, this would be a whole, totally different story. I mean, I forgot, I could just take out my Ignis, throw a little corrosive on them. You don't get rewarded with platinum, dude. I'm not sure. I might have missed something else that you might have said. Notice. Yeah, this thing's just not doing the damage that it should have. Back in the day, this thing would have ripped. Then they changed the whole melee system around. My Ignis is just melting these guys apart. Oh, you want that to be a thing? Oh, dude. And here's the thing, man. When this game rewards platinum, that's when everyone is going to start charging more platinum for things in the trade chat and whatnot. Look, there is a streamer by the name of Lone Wolf, and him and I have some bad blood between us because I'm constantly calling him out on shit. He's always putting up clickbait about shit that, I spent 5,000 platinum on this ribbon, and these 4 ribbons together are worth 100,000. And here's the thing. It's guys like him that make the Warframe economy garbage. Because the guys like him, Warframe had Lanka ribbons for 8,000 a pop. Look, he's talking about a ribbon that was absolute garbage for the Brahma, and he's saying he paid 5,000 for it. I'm like, dude, I just got one with better stats than that, and I paid 200 for it. Look, and I've told it to him, and I said it to him in the comment I left on his video. Dude, you put up great content. I don't understand why you need to falsify such information. Then saying that he spent 13,000 on a different... Dude, he's not spending that platinum. And I've called him out on it because if you pay attention to his videos, you can see his pattern of earning and spending platinum. And it's just not there. Like, unless he's literally spending, like, $450 a pop to give himself, like, 9,000 platinum. Like, it just, yeah. At this point, anyone that spends more than, I'd say, 100 to 150 platinum on a Prime Warframe, you're wasting your platinum. No Warframe is worth that right now. They've been circulating them so well. Like, back in the day, Rhino got up to, like, 800 platinum because he had been in the vault for, I couldn't tell you how many years. But this guy just... He puts up good content. He's knowledgeable about the game, but he is outrageous when it comes to Rivens, and he's doing it for nothing more than just pulling people in. Look, he used to begin his stream by saying, "Hello, virgins and fellow Tenno." Like, I even like made that comment in the last time I spoke to him, and I left it on his channel in a comment, just saying, "Hey, man, at least you stopped calling everybody virgins." Like, dude, there's kids that play this game. Like, there's kids that are watching your stream. Like, you don't have to insult people. Like, I just don't understand it. Like, there's enough toxicity in this game as it is, without having to deal with some pretentious child, probably somewhere in his early mid-20s, bolstering everything and putting these outrageous numbers just for clickbait. Maybe that's just my old age speaking of the fact that I'm a bit of a purist when it comes to things, but it's that level of toxicity that just gets me in this game. And the thing is, if we were to look at the market right now, if I were to sit in the trade chat and Snow, I appreciate that, buddy. Hopefully we'll catch you again soon, man. Nice to have you join into the Snake Pit. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. Might see you again in here today, maybe not, but either way, buddy, it was a pleasure having you in here, man. My stream will be going on for, well, I got another 2 hours still to go. Now, the one thing you guys are going to notice is this is all will be a little bit slower because I'm not running Berserk on it. But with how this thing slaps, I really don't have to worry about speed. Why is my aim button frozen like that? That was weird.
Get ready for a capsule.
Get clammed.
You can see the difference between that last Zaw and this one. This is a different Zaw than I used from the other one. I am not running Zodia Hunt on this though. Force is on it, so that needs to be changed. Because I like to pool enemies, especially on a survival. But you can see I am one or two shotting these enemies like you would want your Riven to do, or like your Zaw to do. Alright, buddy. Sounds good. We'll see you in a bit. After this mission, I'm going to take a second to catch up in the chat, because I really didn't do that during the last break. Although I'm looking at the top there. Yep. Mrs. Viper has been using Saren a lot. She is getting far more comfortable with her as each day goes on, and she is just burning through the enemies at this point. I knew it. Well, I mean, I kind of knew it anyway. It was down to 60%, but that was not my intention. Two minutes left. I want to get 3 to 4 more thralls here. Get him, Duke. You do? What's his name? I'll murderize him. I feel like I'm getting some bad readings on where enemies are in this.
Another life support capsule is now available.
A spinning Superman punch. Oh, why not? Yep, can't hold that shield up without an arm.
Extraction is available if you need it.
Extraction, huh? Come on, you gonna give me one more thrall?
There's glass resonance in your neighborhood.
Nope. Get some glass. Glass is real easy to break with a melee weapon. Do keep in mind that the enemies do explode, and that explosion will hurt you.
They're tough, but no glass is unbreakable.
Life support activated.
Oh. Oh man, my favorite room was on this map. Damn. This is my favorite room to run for a survival on this map, on this tile. Miss Red, what is up? How are you today? Welcome to the Snake Pit.
Operating in my sector, friend. Time to pay the idiot tax.
Can you just say it's time to pay the idiot tax? Alright, buddy. Can't wait to kill you. Miss Red Venom Gamer, I assume you play Warframe as well? Now, let me catch up on the chat, because I didn't look at it at the last break in the missions, make sure I didn't miss anything. Let's see, there's Snow talking about Saren. Okay, didn't miss too much. Sweet. Alright, so let's change our arcane on the Zaw, because as much as I like Force, I prefer Hunt. In all honesty, with how these missions are going at this point, let's just stop holding back. Alright, where to next?
Stand by.
I'm not going to do an
The
interception.
intelligence profiles of the Grenier. Error, not
Another defense, huh?
Did the operator
Alright.
enjoy this witticism?
I feel like Eris is mostly defenses and survivals to begin with. Alright.
Our position has
Had to
been
get a quick slug of
compromised.
water there, everybody. Sorry
Defend
about
the
that.
cargo until reinforcements arrive.
Oh, and it's still the same tile set as a cod. With pleasure, sir. I mean, the thing is, I don't even need my melee here. I mean, my Ignis could take care of these guys just fine. The only downside is I'm not going to get the bonus that I would get from my, whatchamacallit there. Because I'm not running carrier. Don't you teleport on me? Discord us too.
Attack us and we will counter.
Just a little poke. Go ahead, shoot me. Woo, Deadpool these bullets out of here. Come on. 3 waves left. I should be able to get a couple more thralls in here. Well, you're actually going the underside. Nope, you're going the long way like an asshole. Can't have you lingering. We'll put that up, and that should heal our pod. Come on, one wave left. Let me get 2 more thralls out of this. Come on, give me one early. Give me one early. No. It needed to land already. Oh, looks like Duke is getting his kills in. Come on, I got enough time for one more in here. Come on, DE. Nope. Well, I got a decent amount of thralls in there. Man, that's 2 rounds in a row you called me an idiot, sir. I did not appreciate your tone. Capture mission. This will be quick. While we're loading in, I want to make sure if you guys are having trouble, or I'm sorry, yeah, let's do this again. If you guys are having fun watching my stream, I want you to do me one favor and check out these other streamers as well. These are 3 of my mods. First one you'll see up there is Nas. He streams Apex Legends, Call of Duty, Rogue Company recently. I mean, if you want to really learn how to truly get the most out of your Apex, watch him. This man is probably one of the best players you're going to see. I mean, his tactics, the way he moves around, the way he picks apart enemies and just knows what they're going to do and how they're going to think is amazing. His capabilities, his mindset, his communication, everything you would want in someone that's going to play Battle Royale with you, that's everything that Nas is. So by all means, hit him up. The other 2 are going to be Khalid and Kat. Kat streams Fall Down Guys. I know she does Crash Bandicoot from time to time. She will do Apex every now and then. but she used to hold a couple of world records for speed runs in Tomb Raider. So she's definitely worth the watch. And then you have Khalid, who also plays Apex Legends, Call of Duty, Fall Down Guys. Him and Kat play Hollow Knight, which honestly is just an absolute great game to watch. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot more intricate than you might think. So by all means, check them out. Show them the same love you've been showing me. Man, I haven't had the Stalker after me in some time. I like how they're running. Are you? Are you using my abilities, are you? Oh, it is very possible. Man, I remember when I first started playing the game, the Stalker was a son of a bitch. Now, man, he's laughable at best. Never even put my Scarab armor on. At this level, it's not even needed. Snow, right? I mean, like, dude, the first time I went against the Stalker, I had no idea what I was going against, and he just decimated me the first several times until I realized just how easy he was to beat. And once you get your operator, dude, using your amp to take that damage off, like his resistance, no, forget it, man. It's too easy at that point. Oh wait, I gotta drop down, that's why. Oh jeez, look at all you idiots. Well, there's definitely not enough room to do that in that little hallway, but okay, Inaros. Yep. Oh, well, hello there. Yeah, the first time anyone goes against the Stalker, dude, you're just gonna get your ass kicked. Well, while I'm in here. Just so you guys are aware, this build that I'm running here, you can fly through the steel path with it. The only time you have to worry about something different, spy missions, rescue, interceptions, anything else, he just runs right through it. Snow, honestly, I think the Red Veil is the one I completely maxed out. And then I have the other 4 that I've still gone. Oh, let's take a peek. I'm about to get back in my ship, and we'll take a peek together. Red Veil, I know for sure, is the only one that I maxed out. I used to play Ember hardcore, so to get her augment mods was my main focus. Plus the Red Veil. Dude, as you can tell, I love red and black. I like red and black in real life. Like, that color combination just suits me. Alright, I need to see if I have any one of those Requiem mods opened up, but before I do that... so let's see here. Yep, Red Veil's maxed out. And then, is this New Loca? No, Steel Meridian. That's New Loca. And your parent, yep.
Face to face.
So these are the two that I was mainly focused on. And I mean, like, I got no problem finishing them off. The same thing with New Loka and Parent Sequence. I could finish those off just fine. Anything that's in there that I really want or need, I can always just trade for. These two are always going to be my rivals. I'm not going to invest the time in getting myself out of the red, then back into the positives. I'm all set with that, man. Is it a Tenogen skin, or is it, let's see here. Well, let's do this first. Let's go to our random loadout, so we don't care about messing up anything else. If it's a Tenogen skin, I don't think those show up here. You have to get the whole package and whatnot. Alright, so that's his regular skin. That's the Grax skin that's been out for a while. Is this the new skin? That's interesting to say the least. Oh, wait. Is it the Poseidon skin? This one doesn't look that bad either. This one, Rakram. Dude, it's not bad. I like anything that'll make them seem unique. His face looks like he is the Kraken. It's not a bad looking skin, to be honest with you. I mean, me personally, the whole reason why I like this is because he's kind of like Blackbeard. Like, he's just a swashbuckler. There are some people that, like people like Rhino, the skin they gave him as far as what he's supposed to look like, alright, this is what Rhino Prime should look like in my opinion. This is what Rhino Prime actually looks like. Oh, you have the signed Donna with it? Yeah. Davy Jones. You're going down to Davy Jones' locker. But this is what Rhino typically looks like. And yeah, no. Like, this is what he should look like. I mean, just completely covered in metal. I have this set up so it, you know, the underside of it is red, so it actually looks like the muscle fibers are just metal strapped onto him. Same thing with this. But I mean, this is what a Prime Warframe should look like. And you know who else is like that? Frost. This is the loadout I actually prefer and like. This is what Frost should look like. Just metalled out, just looking godlike. Instead, this is what he looks like. This is Frost Prime. Like, he's got his thigh-high boots on in case he's working the corner and he's got to slip his money in there. That way he doesn't lose it for his pimp. Like, I just don't... I get it. Most of the Prime Warframes back in the day, they took the regular Warframe, they added little extra shits to it here and there. And it's just like... It's horrible. Absolutely horrible. But I mean, like, you add on the Harka skin, like, this is what he should have looked like. And I mean, like, I could slap on random colors, and no matter what I put on them, like, this skin is just, to me, badass. Exactly. Anubis Anaros, man. That's another one. Look, you can put whatever skin you want on this, and it still looks bomb shit. Me personally. Oh, what happened here? Oh, that's right. I didn't put it on you either. If he's supposed to be our snow god, depending on how light hits snow, it's either icy blue or just pure white. This is what I think of. And just like Khalid mentioned, Anaros. And I mean, here's the thing. I'll bring out regular Anaros. God, let's just get rid of this thing already. I mean, if we just look at Anaros himself. Here. We'll have him stand a little bit normal. This is the Ramsey skin. Man, it looks great. The Horus skin? I don't know what the fuck this is supposed to be. And I get it, Horus is supposed to be like an eagle, the whole mythology behind it. The helmet, not that bad. The rest of his body, no. But Anaros just on his own, it didn't work. But this Ramsey skin, so much better. And the thing is, even with Anaros Prime at least looks good. He's got that scarab helmet. I mean, like, he has an Egyptian feel to him. Yeah, totally know what you mean. I can't think of one they got right. Oh, this ash skin? Yeah, no, this I like. Compared to what Ash was. And the old Ash wasn't that bad. This just looks so much more demonic. And I mean, the helmet alone at least makes this look better. He doesn't look like an aardvark. But I mean, I still didn't like this build all that much. The super heavy padding and armor on the arms and then minimal on the rest was meh. I know a lot of people like this skin for the sole reason of you can make him look exactly like Batman for obvious reasons. Some people like the Koga skin. I mean, if you ask me, this is probably one of his better skins. You get those things off his forearm, that'd be great. He looks like freaking old school shinobi here. Like, I feel like they spent a lot more time trying to stick with the theme when it came to Ash and other Warframes. I mean, this, at least, his whole body is covered in the same type of material. It goes together, it flows. I mean, he looks like he's wearing a modern day, like, Shogun set of armor. Koga looks like a Power Ranger. But I really like this skin to the point where I almost just want to make it completely black. Just so, I mean, if he's supposed to be in the shadows, and in the shadows he goes. I'm trying to think of who else. Atlas Prime, I'll tell you this, man, his rework, it's better than what it was. And I mean, I can't think of another skin that he has. Yeah, this one, like, here's the thing. What's up with the freet? Like, I almost said, like, so many curse words at the same time. I just said freet. Like, what's up with the feet? Like, they did the same thing to freaking Oberon in one of his skins. Like, what's up with these little tiny kind of This skin was gifted to me by one of my old subscribers. Like, look at this. With his, Optimus Prime head. And then some of these helmets, dude, I don't. Some of them are just hysterical. This is back in the day when, look at this. He looks like, hey, Khalid, he looks like a specific javelin like this, man. But back in the day, you used to be able to get helmets no problem from invasions and whatnot. But at least they made him better than what he used to be. Regular Atlas, he looked horrible, and I don't even like his moves. Now that we have like the Helminth and whatnot, I might actually put some rework into Atlas. Probably make him a little bit better. But that's something that's going to be coming somewhere in the near future. Chroma? Chroma Prime, just Chroma Prime on its own. Like, if I take, I mean, like, here's the thing. I absolutely love the Dynasty skin. It is one of my favorite looking skins. I'll put it on this build just so we can at least see him without the animation and whatnot. But Chroma Prime, just as he is, looks good compared to what Chroma was. Chroma looked, the original Chroma, like the standard Chroma. Here, I'll do this. That Chroma, like, you can see the texture of the body and whatnot just looked horrible. Like, he looked like an alligator that learned to stand up, but they didn't even give him new legs. Like, I don't know, like, how else to describe him. But Chroma Prime, at least I mean, like, he looked really good. To the point where my one buddy actually doesn't like using any other skin on him. He keeps that on there. But me, personally, especially with my tie-ins to Asian culture, I might be Italian by birth and whatnot, homegrown Sicilian, but my entire life has been nothing but martial arts since I was 4. I used to fight for a living, if you guys are unaware of it, the people that are new in here. I lived in Japan for 18 months. I did K1 fighting. I trained in a small village somewhere outside of Osaka. I don't even know if you can really, or I'm sorry, outside of Okinawa. I don't know if you can really justify a name for this place, but it's where I trained. I lived the culture for a year and a half. And granted, I know this is a Chinese setup, and I'm talking about Japan, but while I was in Japan, I mean, I spent 18 months there. I did spend 3 months before and after that living in China. And the Asian culture itself, I mean, like, this just is a beautiful embodiment of, like, a Chinese New Year dragon. I mean, like, this, that gorgeous dragon you see flying through the air. The helmet system update is already here. How do I access it? Alright, so let me, let's see here. I'm not going to leave him on. Yeah, we'll throw Equinox in for the time being. Oh, nope, wrong button. Let me back up a little bit. Let me do this. And because you're less flamboyant, we'll get our girl on fire on. Okay.
Excellent armaments, operator.
So,
please return covered in blood.
You will, from the get-go, be able to now come into this room. As you subsume Warframes, a flower will grow in their place. You can interact and come up to it. If you have a Helminth charger, it will do a little dance and play around with your Helminth. You can also change the name of your Helminth. I named mine Audrey 2 because of the movie Little Shop of Horrors, which that's exactly what the plant looked like. I think they know that. I'm waiting for some kind of copyright infringement to hit. But anyways, you need to go through and do the opening mission set for Deimos. And then you have to reach the 3rd standing level with the Entrati. And then you go to Sun. You will get the segment for a brief server maintenance in 2 minutes. Well, that's great. You can then go to the Sun, and he will give you the segment you need to open and actually start using it. You did the Deimos main quest? Beautiful. Start building up your standing with the Andrade, and yeah, just build up your standing with the Andrade, and once you get to the 3rd level, just go to Sun, and he will give you, well, not give you, but you can get the segment from him. I think it's 5,000 standing or whatever. I did that in about a little less than a week. And the only reason why it took me a week is because I missed 2 days worth of playing. So, I mean, if you really push for it, you can grind it out and get it in 5 days. Let's see here. What kind of martial arts? Alright, so when I was a kid, I wanted to be a Ninja Turtle. I started with Taekwondo. I did it for a week. Couldn't stand it. So I stopped. I still wanted to do it. I just didn't like that. And I mean, my parents could tell I wasn't happy with it. I didn't like it. I just, for some reason, I just didn't like it. I don't know if it was just the instructor, or I wish I didn't hear all of that, including the time it took. Khalid, with how you play the game, man, you'll be able to knock it out no problem, man. But yeah, so I stopped for a week, and my parents got me into something that one of our neighbors had suggested, because their son did it. Now, he was probably 7 or 8 years older than me. I mean, he was almost a teenager. And that was Jeet Kune Do. Now, Jeet Kune Do is please stay in your mission. If I have to restart the game, shit, that's gonna end the stream. I need to get my OBS set up and get all that stuff going, so it doesn't matter if I have to end it or not. Jeet Kune Do is a style that Bruce Lee invented way back, going back quite a few decades in the 60s and 70s. And it's a beautiful, very fluid style. Since then, I have taken Shotokan, Jiu-Jitsu, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Judo. I've taken Aikido. I trained myself in Muay Thai, which is very, at that point, with having that many martial arts under my belt, it was very easy for me to kind of piece it all together. And when I was in Japan, I studied and learned ninjutsu, which is a beautiful style. It was more of training my mind than anything else. But yeah, all I'm thinking about is how brutal Japan was. Dude, there is no leeway. There is no nothing. If anything, all the styles here, if you train in the States, compared to what they do in Japan, they coddle the hell out of you. PS5 event in 15 minutes. Khalid, can you post a link to that? Because judging by the looks of it, I'll probably have to end up restarting the app, which means the stream is going to stop. So if you could put up a link to that event for PS5, everyone that's watching should try and catch it. Oh, hang on. Service maintenance is complete. Now save to proceed. Oh, no restart needed. Beautiful. Just the same, post a link. Because quite frankly, I wouldn't mind catching that myself, so I might actually end the stream a little early today. However, if there's anyone watching the stream right now that has any questions or wants me to show or demonstrate anything right now, do not hesitate. Let me know. I have no problem carrying on and showing you whatever it is you want to see right now. If you have any questions, happy to answer them. Take your time, brother. Until then, I am going to...
I claim this territory in the name of yours truly.
I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do a salvage. Mobile defense? I got no problem doing a mobile defense. And we'll stick with our girl Ember here because, quite frankly, I mean, these levels, it's no sweat whatsoever. Remember, everybody, fire will lower the enemy's armor. It doesn't strip it completely, but her third ability, when you pop it, has a high chance of stripping. Neuroptics for who?
This is a mobile defense mission. You must deliver payloads and defend a number of locations while I plug into the network. Be prepared for heavy resistance. I can't do this without you.
Hunters on, Colonel. The synthesis scanner is detecting a potential target. Use it. Search for traces of the target.
If we can avoid eroding them, this might be easier.
I need access to a terminal. Find one and patch me in.
No acto betrug.
Oh, just made it through. Gotta love it when Ember does a Superman punch.
Here is a terminal. Get me in and defend.
Now Ember gets a bonus in ability strength based off of how many enemies are on fire. Oh, hang on a second. You're who I have to scan.
That's it. It will be a perfect specimen. Chop it so you can synthesize it for me.
And for some reason, this guy has been coming in glitched. So now I have 35 enemies
This will advance
on fire. I can use my Ignis, trigger growing power, which gives me another 25% ability strength. I mean, Ember is set up to ramp up pretty big. And the great thing about it is, you're about to end 20 seconds. The great thing about her is, everything about her strips armor as well. All her abilities will strip armor. All her abilities will crowd control. I'm not even worried about the point right now. Although I do have a Leech Eximus that I need to get rid of. And all you have to do really is just keep an eye on her meter on the side there. So it's not going up that quick. You cast her 4, whether it hits enemies or not. It won't use energy if it doesn't hit an enemy. But it'll still gain you the effect of it. You pop her 3 every now and then just so you don't overstack your meter. Once that meter is full, it will start draining energy from you.
Terminal spotted. Upload me and prepare to defend.
So you want to reduce how fast it'll build up. So you're constantly keeping an eye on things and leveling it. Like right now, it just maxed out.
I'm in, Tenno. This will take a moment.
I pop it, I recast my 4. That way I can always recast it with as high as possible, because here's the thing. When I cast it at full strength, enemies that are super close to me, it strips all their armor. I mean, even these guys, I mean, like, it's just... I mean, I was hesitant at first with Ember's rework. But that was also before I learned that
Continue to defend.
fire was going to be a crowd-controlling element. And it was also going to strip armor. Now that I know that, chicken tacos sounds good, baby. Enjoy. Don't forget movie night tonight. Mrs. Viper is out of here, everybody. A fire prosecutor can kiss my ass, dude.
We are finished here.
Notice, I doubt she brought enough just for me, let alone everybody else.
You are surrounded by premier marines.
Which reminds me, I got... Oh no, I already got them taken care of. So the reason why my stream started late was having a little interesting time at Walmart, but oh, is this the controlled environment? Yeah. I got some roasts that are sitting in the fridge right now. I gave them a good salt coat to them, and they are going to dry out and soak in all that salt during the next 24 hours. Steak tacos set up for tomorrow. You do have to make sure that you vent this place out every now and then, otherwise you're going to end up doing some decent damage to yourself.
Still working on it.
This place, it lowers your armor greatly. You can see that corrosive proc that I'm holding off right now. A nice prosecutor. A shock prosecutor. And let me guess, you were the toxic prosecutor?
The odds were against us, Tenno, but we did it. Mission complete.
That's not a prosecutor, though. He doesn't have the aura. Yeah, he's just a regular guardsman.
Or the Tenno.
Oh, that was bad.
What was yours is now mine.
He actually said yoink. You Peter Griffin. Yoink. So that is the channel. Gonna switch you over to that. And bring that back up. Alright. Is it the Ephemera, or is it just the Brahma that he has? I thought it was just the Brahma. I didn't pay attention to that. Are you doing a mission right now, Snow?
Nice helmet.
Oh, yeah?
We'll use it to serve dip.
He does have the Ephemera on him. Alright, so we know one of our Requiem mods. And that's going to be the Zeta, and we'll just start you off in the first position. I have the Firewalker one for Ember. Because, quite honestly, it just kind of makes sense. Because it's freaking Ember. And it took me a little bit to get the flames to match how I have the fire for her head. As you can see, it's not the same in her... Oh, wow. Let me fix her Syandona. Is it energy or the... Yeah. I mean, technically I should be able just to do this. Yep.
Excellent armaments, operator.
Alright.
Please return covered in blood. Safe and sound.
Fucking Viper, RNG gods just sucking them off again. Duke, how you doing, buddy? You're at 100% on everything? Beautiful. Man, don't hit the play, hit the game. Let's see here. Pluto, huh? Hey man, I don't have a lot of ephemeras, to be honest with you. I got maybe like 5 or 6 of them. I want that weird infested looking one. Like where stuff's like bubbling all around you. Like, yeah, give me that.
You are here. Capture mission. You must find, capture, and extract our target.
Whoa, smash punch!
Scans indicate our target is in the vicinity. Find them. Target located. Bring them in. Mission complete. Active has been escorted to the extraction point. Well done.
Oh yeah, no problem.
You are surrounded by Premier Marines.
Come on. I want the Lich to actually come out. I want to be able to see if I have this first mod in the right place. And with how I feel the game just kind of acted a little weird and glitchy, hoping that might actually bring them out. Alright, now it should be this room. I should get another spawn of a thrall coming soon. There we go. Woo! Sit down! I don't want to trigger it just yet. Come on. You want to give me one more throw. Nope. Not gonna happen.
Operating in my sector, friend.
Electro, what's up, buddy? Just realized something. I was watching your stream. A 6-7 minute delay. YouTube has been acting kind of weird. You have to keep an eye on it. Like, every now and then I've had to hit the live button just to make sure I'm watching everything up to date. Ah, Snow, don't worry about it, buddy. Let's see here. I saw Electro pop in. You need to keep 3 mods on Parazon all time and try the combination if you fail to get them. Yeah. You know what I love most about my iPhone? That it just said, oh, by the way, potential spam. So just keep 3 mods on anyways, Electro? If he comes, will it tell me?
Wakey, wakey.
We'll throw you on. We'll throw you on. Gotcha. Alright. Hey, man, anything to speed this along. Oh, you want to see my Ignis build.
Stand by while I analyze the intelligence profiles of the Grenier. Error, not a number. Did the operator
First try. Nice. My other Lich, I got them pretty much, I got the first 2 right at least. That made it easier. So this is what I use for my Ignis. It's pretty straightforward. It's a little bit, little country, little rock and roll. Status crit hybrid. Serration, split chamber multi-shot, vital sense for your crit damage, point strike for your critical chance, bladed rounds for that boost of critical damage, vial acceleration to really start pouring out the shots so you can increase your DPS, hammer shot for more crit damage and status chance, and then my Riven gives me base damage, electric and toxin with negative mod capacity. At this point, I've been contemplating if I should re-roll this and try and see if I can get viral, with how viral has kind of taken over with this whole setup as far as damage goes. But quite honestly, I still like having my access to corrosive. So to me, keeping this just the way it is, I see no change in it. The only other build that I use is exactly the same thing, with the exception of having Hunter Munitions on. It's the DPS overall is somewhat the same, but Hunter Munitions kind of kicks in a little bit better in later rounds, because you want that slash proc as you're stripping off that armor. Bladed rounds is good. You know, up till probably like level 200 enemies. Past that, you're better off having Hunter Munitions with you. Electro, that's what I kind of figured. Because I really haven't seen any change in performance with my Ignis whatsoever. So I rather keep the build that I have just the way it is, unless there is some kind of finite kind of like update that comes out that's really gonna screw corrosive, or really max out or over accentuate another element. I'm perfectly happy with how this is. Well, take in consideration how fast it's shooting and how many shots are coming out. I mean, it honestly it hits pretty well. And I mean, like with as fast as it's shooting, multi-shot, most people I'm running arcane acceleration on. Heavy caliber instead of hammer shot. You are a fan of heavy caliber, aren't you? Well, I tell you what, I'm not gonna mess up the other two. Oh, but I'm not gonna be able to fit you. If I take off hammer shot. Yeah, I would need another Forma. If I go in blind, or yeah, I went right by. Jesus, I went by two of you. I mean, I'm looking at the crit damage. 5.5. I won't factor in bladed rounds. Echo, what's 411.2 times 7?
411.2 times 7 is 2,878.4.
2800. Alright, let's say I take you off. And I have to take you off just so I still don't have the freaking room. Take off bladed rounds as well. Those won't affect the score at least. Well, actually, they will. Hang on. Where'd you go? Wow, I'm drawing blanks when it comes to oh, because I didn't refresh you, that's why. Because you will lower it. Okay, so it's gonna stay 411.2. Alright. But you're gonna bump it up. I gotta lose point strike when I do it. Echo, what's 619.2 times 5.5?
619.2 times 5.5 is 3,405.6.
So I'm getting higher. The higher damage is gonna hit, but I'm losing that status. Oh, I know. But the way my mind goes, I need to see if I'm running the most efficient way, most efficient possible build. So for me, I have to at least make the effort to see. Bladed rounds. And the only reason why I use this for Loki just to give him the extra 25% sprint speed. He's the only person that uses this build. The only reason why I have primed ammo mutation on this, I'll use this with a Naros while I'm running my Helminth charger, so I won't have carrier, so I'm not picking up as much ammo. That's the only reason why I have that on there. Because quite honestly, I really don't see a reason to put anything else on. Ammo drum, I mean, that would just be a bit of a waste. I mean, this is basically the same thing, but I already have this on my carrier prime. I mean, I could run what? Hush? Stabilizer? I mean, how much recoil does this thing really have? I mean, I could run Vile Precision, but for what? For less recoil and fire rate? I mean, it's just gonna balance itself out. Like, there really isn't a lot of options as far as these Exilus mods to throw on there. But I mean, like, at least ammo mutation serves some type of a purpose at some point. You and I talked about vigilante supplies before. Because I run it on my carrier's weapons, it won't double stack. I can't have two vigilante supplies. Well, I can have two vigilante supplies on, but it won't increase the bonus. If it did, trust me, it'd be on there.
Well put together, operator. Now get out there and...
Because it's at 40 now.
And make the Lotus proud.
If I put that on, or at 20, it still stays there with only 4. It won't double stack, unfortunately. And I mean, like, I get it. I mean, because you could easily just get this thing maxed out pretty easily. Oh, I gotcha. Because I won't have that bump up when I run Anaros. What's the difference between this? 6 and 12. 14, 28. But it's still picking it up and recharging. Yeah, no. When I'm running Anaros, yeah, that makes more sense. Because at least I'll get 5% chance. It's better than nothing. Are you dropping ammo pads? I mean, there are times where I just do survivals where I'm literally just camped in a room and I'm just letting all the enemies come to me and I'm just ripping them apart with my Ignis. That's when I usually run out of it. If anything, he comes in better play for other primary weapons and pistols and whatnot, as is that with the Ignis being my most used one. I'll just heavily go on there because, yeah, kind of like you. Like, if you look at, for me, yeah, Ignis, 61%. Like, that's how much I've used the Ignis. Ember, people would say I mained Ember. I just used her often, but I wouldn't call her a main because I'll use anybody. I'm not crazy about people that say, well, I mained this character. Well, I'm glad you limited yourself to only a Warframe for only specific situations. Congratulations. Mobile defense, another capture. Oh, time mode for the nightmare. I'm like, did they put a time mode on this thing? Oh, actually, I forgot that stream started for the PS5 setup. So I am actually going to be ending the stream right now, everybody. Do want you to do me a favor. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you're new to the stream. If you enjoyed my stream, this link that I'm just putting up now, that is to the PS5 live that's on right now. Sony going over...
We received intel
I'll
that
jump back in
somebody
here another
vital-
time. Sony going over some of the new advancements and other things that are going to be released with the PS5, so definitely check that out. I'm actually dying to see that, about 17 minutes late for that myself. Always make sure that if you enjoy any part of my stream, make sure you check out my buddy Nas. His link is going to be coming up, as well as Khalid and Kat. They all stream and play Apex from time to time, Call of Duty for Nas and Khalid. Khalid does
Rainier galleons kicking up dust all
Monster
over the
Hunters,
place.
he does,
Watch your backs, people.
like I said, Call of Duty. He'll do Hollow Knight, Cat does Hollow Knight, Cat does Tomb Raider. They're a great bunch of people. If you like first-person shooters or any shooters, by all means, definitely make sure you check out Khalid and Nas. Nas streams every day from, and this is Eastern Time, New York time, every day from 9 until 2. He unfortunately didn't stream last night, a little under the weather, but he'll hopefully be streaming it tonight. Cat streams, is it Wednesday to Saturday, Khalid? I don't know Cat's times off the top of my head, buddy. But she usually streams starting at noon, goes on for a few hours. Tomorrow, just so you guys are all aware, I will be streaming Ghost of Tsushima. I am starting that fresh, haven't played the game yet, dying to dive into it. So that's going to be a lot of fun for tomorrow. Definitely looking forward to that. And, well, make sure you do me one favor, everybody. Keep all the murder in the games and keep love in real life. Until next time, it's your boy Viper saying, Viper out.